Hello, this is Mrs. Cassandra Dean, and I'd like to welcome my freshman class of 2021. We are going to start this school year off talking about learning for justice. We're going to talk about two different teaching strategies that I would like to introduce at the beginning of the semester. We will revisit midterms during that time, and then we will wrap it up and come together and discuss it more in depth over the semester at the end of the school term. So let's talk about it. This is an open forum. I want you to use your chat. I want you to come off mute. We're going to talk through it. It's just not going to be me talking at you, but I want you guys to talk back to me. You can raise your hand. Again, unmute, type in the chat, whatever works for you, but I do want us to engage. So let's talk about it. All right. So learning for justice, it talks about materials that promote equity and reduce discrimination in schools. So what we're going to talk about is how we can make personal connections to the content we're learning, as well as take ownership of what we think and our actions as we move and work towards a tolerant world. We know now with race and inequality in education and school, it can be challenging as you guys come to school and learn, and as I teach you life sciences, but we are going to get through this together. I want everyone to feel comfortable with talking, sharing, chatting, just sharing your heart and your actions. So the first thing we are going to talk about in learning for justice is close and critical reading. So I would like a student to unmute and read what it says on the left, your left, my right. No, my right, my left, your right. I'm so sorry. All right. Thank you, Tommy. Go ahead and read. Close and critical reading. Encourage close reading with strategies that ask students to analyze, interpret, critique, and make connections to text and to discover the relevance of their reading within a larger group. Okay, I know that's a whole lot of detailed words about reading and critical thinking. Basically, what it's saying is the things that we're going to learn in class, I don't want you to just look at it for memorization. I want you to learn it, understand it, know what it means, know why we need to learn it in our life science class. So, Tammy, would you read phase one? Close and critical reading. What does it say in phase one we need to do, Tammy? We need to determine what the text means. Read for general understanding, summary, central idea, theme, key details, text organization. Okay, Kim, what about phase two? Determine how the text says it. Zoom in and think about it. Vocabulary, words, genre, text structure, syntax, point of view, author's perspective, author's purpose, and perspective. All right, Kennedy, phase three. Determine what the text means. Zoom out and consider visual features of the text, text quality, author credibility, text to text connections. So when we use close and critical reading in our learning, we're not just reading just to get the assignment done, but we want to make sure we understand what it means. We want to know what the text is saying to us and how we can use it in our everyday world. So, what this will allow us to do is enhance reading and support your engagement and understanding. Using the variety of topics that we will use as we learn life sciences this term, it will help us to learn not just to pass a test or a quiz, but for understanding and how to apply it in our lives. All right. This is an example of a text that we are going to read and look at closely. All right, Samantha, please read the letter we have from C.S. Barbo. He was a principal at Meany Junior High School in September of 1959. And after we read it, we may look at it and think this applies in 2022 too, right? All right. And on my right, your left is a Google website where I found this at. So I'm typing it in the chat. I want everyone to pull it up on their screen because I want you to have it after this class. I want you to sit with it, look at it, and we may have some exit ticket questions for you to turn in next session. Hint, hint. All right, go ahead and read. Many changes have transpired since I came to Meany Junior High School. At that time, we were located mostly in the old wooden Longfellow structure. Now we are moving into a completely new and modern plant. From a structure to a plant. A structure like a school to a plant like a warehouse where people work and assemble parts for a Tesla example. Many changes have evolved in our curriculum. What is a curriculum? Great job. I see your answer. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you so much, Alex. At the present time, we are working toward an improved program for what is called the disadvantaged students. This means a larger staff so that classes of 20 or less can be maintained for the slow learning students. These slow learning students are retarded because of cultural, racial, and economic disadvantages. If this box is ever open, this is a letter from 1959 that was left in the box for someone to find. If this box is ever open, I would assume the problems which we face today, 1959, and understandings of racial differences will have been resolved. Personally, I trust this will happen. All right, Naomi, I see your hand raised. I agree, unfortunately, this hasn't happened, but we're hoping to get better, right? All right, we're going to play Spin the Wheel and answer the question. I'm going to call on Hope. Spin the wheel. I wish I had a wheel that really spin, but we're going to start. What question is the author trying to answer? That's going to be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, Hope. What question is the author trying to answer? What would you think? He's trying to answer, is racism still around? Will it still be around for his kids or his grandkids? He hopes it's not, of course. Good job. Good answer. All right. Let's see. Fern. What are the author's basic concepts? What would you think? His concepts are probably he's thinking about race. And one thing, he's thinking about slow students, calling them retarded. We know now we wouldn't use those type of words to describe another student, but just the concepts of those words, slow, retarded, it doesn't sound nice, right? All right. So, as we're reading or looking at closely looking at the text, it will help you as you read through, and you will do repeated readings at different levels of questioning. We'll read with a pencil. We'll collaborate during conversations as we will collaborate and have conversations as we read. And we will question our text. So what that means for you is you will have time and resources to build your reading stamina, because we'll read different levels. We'll read some of the same things over and over and just dig into it and read and see what it's talking about. So we'll be able to engage with the text as we read, right? Right. All right, Alford. All right, thank you. And for myself as your teacher, I'll collaborate as I read with you guys, and we'll introduce academic vocabulary as we learn life science across our term. and we'll discuss how the reading content can help you experience it as you experiment with the different things we will learn.